tour. It's been a couple weeks since I've been here. Getting the rust still off. Getting back into versus live.
Yeah, that's what we'll
shape.
say.
Yeah. Well, I got to get prepared to lose more in here because I'm playing Golgari once again.
Well, you're playing 3 different decks.
Yes.
I'm playing 3 different decks.
Yeah. No. Today I wanted to give Russ an early Christmas present, and I'm going to let him play with History Benalia.
Yeah.
All day long.
Which is also me giving Brad a Christmas present because he's going to get a history lesson from me.
It's history
day.
Wow, nice.
Chapter 8.
Yeah.
A select society.
Okay,
Adam Smith and his friends.
People are already gone. We're down to like 3 viewers.
Just so you know, also, it stops at chapter 3, so they're basically all novellas. So I need you to...
Okay,
anyway,
I'll back up.
Anyway, our first match, I'm going to be playing, it's teammate versus teammate. We've got Luis Scott Vargas's white, mostly Boros, red, Aggro. I don't know what they're calling all these decks.
We're calling them Boros Aggro, parentheses, person who played them.
Yes.
So this is Boros Aggro LSV.
All right, great. I am playing Golgari Midrange. It was a really good list, but wait, I just noticed something. What's right down there?
That's a Cardboard Live extension, Brad.
What's a Cardboard Live extension?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Brad.
It's this new extension, and you can, if you're on desktop or mobile, you can like cover it over with your cursor and see the deck list that we're playing just right on the screen.
Weird. Okay, so there's something. Is that why that random guy's in the room?
No, that's Todd.
Oh, hey,
we already
Todd.
introduced him.
Hi.
Oh, hey, no.
Oh, no, we're
the
talking
other guy.
about this other guy.
Yeah. Other guy, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. I'm Wilson Hunter. Thank you guys for having me.
That's awesome. And you were here because we've got some new toys on Versus Live.
Absolutely. So today, the viewers will see deck list extension on the screen, and you can click it, open it up, see the deck list you guys are playing.
That is also right now. Somebody at home could have a deck right, like covering me.
Absolutely.
Can I reach over and just like poke Brad and have the deck list pop up? Is that something I can do?
Don't
Here?
have that feature
Give it a
yet.
shot. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. No, give it a shot.
This feels like a trap.
It's not a trap. I promise it's not a trap.
Now this is the extension that Brad would do if we didn't have Wilson in the room today.
This is what we had planned to do, and then we walked in and Wilson was here, and we're like, okay, well, this sounds much better.
This sounds much better. Yeah. All right. So Wilson, can you tell us a little bit more about Cardboard Live? So I'm hoping that the viewers at home are already like playing with it a little bit. But what are they seeing?
Yeah, absolutely. So today you all will see 2 buttons on the screen. You can use it on desktop or mobile. On mobile, it's a pop out next to your chat. But essentially what you can do is pop out each deck list. You can read the cards in the deck. If you click on the card, it zooms in on it and you can, read the text of the card.
That's awesome.
And at the top right hand of each module, you can actually copy the text to clipboard.
Oh, cool. So that's like for like Arena, you just automatically, like you can click that button, go to Arena, and you've already got your deck.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for Magic Online, you can just save it to a notepad,
Yep.
upload that, or even for Deck Builder on Star City Games to just buy a deck. That's awesome. Like that's just built right in there.
Totally, yeah. And another thing that is maybe not as obvious at first is the viewers can actually drag the buttons around the screen. So if you want it to be somewhere different than where we've placed it, you're able to do that.
All right. So viewers at home, can you please put both of them on Ross's face right now?
Yes, please do.
Just block him out for me.
You can. So normally the person who runs the stream is in control of where the extensions lie on the screen. The fact that you can move these around is awesome. And like also
really cool.
You just can, if you put it on Ross's face, you just don't have to look at it the whole time. It's like the episode of Black Mirror.
I've got my own extension.
It's a face blocker.
Real life extensions.
Why do we even need technology? We found all the workarounds.
Just like, here we go.
I did really want to emphasize the one point that Wilson made is that this works on mobile. A lot of extensions for streams just don't work on mobile.
Oh, wow.
And while it's a little bit of a workaround, it's next to the chat as opposed to being on the overlay. The fact that it works on mobile just makes me so incredibly happy. So if you're watching this on mobile, make sure to check it out.
Yeah, the
Tap
chat.
the puzzle piece.
Yep.
Just tap the puzzle piece next to the chat.
So, no, how far in development is this? Is this something that people at home can be using on their own streams?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to use it on your own stream, you can just find it underneath the extensions. We have a 1-player version of this. If you want to stream
Really
Arena or
cool.
online, yes.
Oh, awesome. For your own stream. It's not even for like when you stream a tournament, you can just have a 1-player for like your own personal stream.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely. So, and you can get as detailed as you want with it. So you can actually manage your decks on cardboard.live, but we've made it as easy as possible. So you can actually put it straight into the extension if you would like to do that.
That is really cool. Now,
A lot of people are complaining that you can't actually block out Ross's face because they're translucent and not opaque.
can we? That's a patch, right? Like,
Yeah, we can
that's a bug,
we
not a
can update
feature.
that, yeah.
Yeah, that's a bug, not a feature.
Somebody posted to our Twitter to add us at SEG Tour a picture of trying to show it on Ross's face.
Oh yeah,
That's great. It's
There's people just trying to block out Ross and it just can't. It just doesn't.
the
Work.
best is the day that I'm
Rats.
trying to. The one day that I'm trying to block Ross's face out is when he just comes dressed on point. Like, you're just looking fabulous today. I gotta say,
Thank you.
you're very welcome.
To be fair, there's nothing dressed up here, so if you block this out, you still get everything.
All right. Well, I want to eventually play Magic, but we can get to that. I want to know a little bit more about you, Wilson. So, why are you doing this? This Cardboard Live. Like, how long have you been in the Magic community?
Totally. Well, I've played Magic for a long time as a hobby. Eventually got sort of lucky and got on the Pro Tour, so I'm silver, but I think that's mostly because of luck. I'm definitely not the most competitive by far in this room. But yeah, I decided to quit a sales job that I had and dive full time into something I love. So I'm now doing Cardboard Live full time.
That is awesome. Now, does this have? I hate to say this, but does Cardboard Live have anything to do with the top rated team? I can't get it out. I can't get in Magic Team Series. Sorry.
Yes,
It was hard to get out.
We may be the sponsor of Andrew Ellenbogen and his brethren who.
You can't see it right now, but I'm fist bumping Wilson because they just picked the nugget. You know, he just ran it up, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go. We on the map.
Well, that's I like how Team Cardboard Live is
Start at
taking
the bottom.
taking a strategy that Genesis has been deploying for 3 years now, which is Seth Go Long. So I do enjoy that strategy. It does work pretty well. But yeah, anything else that you want to say about Cardboard Live before we get playing?
Yeah, I just really appreciate Star City using the extension, and I hope all the viewers love it.
And now we'll be using Cardboard Live on Versus Live for the foreseeable future. Is that right? That's awesome. So we'll be using this for now. We'll be updating it as each match comes out. So when we start a new match today, we'll have the new deck list already uploaded. And that seems like a really cool feature for people that are watching on mobile or online.
Yeah, that is really awesome. It's just right there on the screen. You don't need to open a new tab and go to Twitter or check anything else. It's just right there for you. You can see all the cards. If maybe like some card gets played quickly and goes to the graveyard and you aren't sure what it does, you can click on the card, hover over it. Once you hover and the image.
What?
Yeah, we went over this, Brad.
Wait, you can click the cards?
When you open the deck list,
Yeah,
you can hover your cursor over a card name.
Yeah.
And the image of the card comes up. Then you can click on that image and enlarge it if you want to see it in more detail.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
So
Okay, I actually can't tell if Brad is playing a bit here because we've literally just told him this before we went live.
All right. To
Now,
be
if
honest,
he's trying to sell it, that's great.
no, I was
That's
trying to
fine.
sell it. I knew that, but I had a joke, but I just couldn't grab it. It was just there on the tip of my tongue, and I didn't have it. So I was like, I'm just gonna go full Munson. Like,
okay. Well, could have fooled us.
yeah.
All right, quick question. I don't know if you already answered this, but for streamers who would like to use this, I know that I'm personally going to want to use this. Where can we find this extension at?
Absolutely. Just go on Twitch, go to your dashboard, go to the extensions tab, which is right underneath
Slow
the
down a
live
little.
tab.
Extensions tab.
How many C's in extension?
Yeah. Wait. C's. Hey.
And then just search cardboard.live on the extensions tab. You can install it onto your channel.
Cool.
Also go to cardboard.live, the site, if you want to manage deck lists there. And that's sort of a more comprehensive experience for streaming your decks.
Cool. So if you're a streamer, just go to cardboard.live and you'll get all the information you need about this new extension from Wilson Hunter. Thank you
Perfect.
very much. And
Well,
let's go.
Wilson's going to be sticking around for the rest of this match. We're going to go back into everything, but at the end of the match, when we're finishing up, we're going to have any questions that you have in chat for Wilson about Cardboard Live. And but anyway, let's shuffle up and start playing a little bit of Magic.
Make sure you tag those questions with that SCG Tour, just the way you do for Todd. Todd will field them, send them over to Hunter once we're done with this first match, otherwise known as Chapter 1 in the history of Benalia.
I'm going to call it The Doom Whisperer. That's chapter
Yes.
1, The Doom Whisperer.
That sounds ominous.
All right, are
That's
we ready?
That's a good chapter title for chapter 1. It sounds ominous. It's like things are just starting. We're not
All right,
really sure
Ross,
what's going
high
on.
roll. People want to watch magic. They came for some magic. Let's get to the magic.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Please, give me.
Are we just going to both use these dice? Oh, 11. That's right. 7-11. Do I get to be on the play all 3 games?
Should have called the right game.
Yeah. All right, here we are.
Y'all want some questions and comments from the chat, or y'all
About
want
anything random?
Oh, a lot of random stuff.
Just
a lot.
I want the most random.
Okay.
I'll fill the most random question.
The Great Rev wants to know, when did Mike Seeger start doing SCG Live?
He's
Get
been
out.
here for
Block
like
him. Six.
Okay, no,
He gets 600
He
seconds.
gets 600 seconds.
He gets 600
Brad's the
seconds.
boss. Sorry, Great Rebel. All right, Histeus wants to know, what do you think about the LSV mind games with the Settle the Wreckage in the semifinals? Because
Well, this one's going to take a minute.
Yeah. So the Settle the Wreckage thing, if you watched it live, you'll know that Dazani was lining up attacks, and LSV just grabs a token from off the side to act like he's going to activate his Adonto the First Fort. And then as he's like holding the token, Dazani takes the token from him to line up blocks to try to figure out the best blocks Luis can make. And then Dazani shoves all his creatures in, and then Luis just kind of tosses the Settle the Wreckage on the table.
All right, do we want the full version?
yes.
Or do you want,
I
do you
want
want
the
my
full
full
version.
version and opinion? All right, fine. I got the go ahead by Jeremy.
Yeah, we got nothing else going
all
on
right.
today.
For starters, I think the correct play from Jeremy was to just do that. I don't think it was like in any other way. I think that his best play was just attack with everything, not play around the one of settle. LSV doing that, I like to call those pen tricks.
Yeah.
They're just pen tricks, and I think that they're fine. I think that it depends on who you're doing them to. A lot of times they're a little, I don't want to say the term Bush League because he sold
Jerry
it really
Thompson
well.
would call it Bush League, so
Well, so there's Bush League tactics that like when you go good player versus good player and you think you're on level 2, you're like, oh, I'm going to get them with this pen trick. The moment that my opponent does something that they haven't done in this match or any previous match that I played against them is the moment that I stop my brakes and reassess everything.
yeah.
'Cause
But
I'm
you're
just like,
also
why are they
you're
doing
also
that?
a super high caliber player, and like that's not something a lot of players pick
Oh.
up on. Even myself, like I'm so invested in what I'm doing that a lot of times my brain just kind of tunes out all the little minor things that my opponent is doing because I'm so focused on my hand, my battlefield, their battlefield, like how many cards they have in hand.
Yeah, so I'm just going to say this. This is more of a potentially getting burned. I won't even tweet any of this stuff, but since we're on Versus Live, let's do it. I just think that the play was fine, and it was fine for him to do. And at the same regard, when he mulliganed in the finals, it felt like a lot of people were really upset about the mulligan. And I just think that in our community, especially with Twitch, that there are players that if they did that, settle the wreckage, that they would have gotten really destroyed on the internet. The same way as if somebody else mulliganed to 5 against LSV, no one will be talking to the mulligan rules. Nothing against LSV. LSV is one of the best in the world. I love his content. I love everything about his game. I'm just saying that sometimes like you have to look at things more objective and not pro versus non-pro.
I mean, I agree.
And that's what I just saw in that top 8.
I agree to an extent, but I do want to say that, like, from just playing Arena for the last few weeks or whatever, just mulliganing in the one games, you know, the single game matches or whatever, just feels wrong. Like, it just hurts so bad when the matches are only one game long. And I know that the top 8 of the Pro Tour is not one game long, it's best of 5 or whatever. But just watching all these mulligans over time and seeing, like, how Magic is kind of transitioning in this current new standard and everything, like, I think there's a potential to create a new mulligan rule at the very least just for standard forward.
Well, I'm fairly confident that the Vancouver mulligan rule, right? Was it Vancouver?
Yeah.
The Vancouver mulligan rule like hurt older formats, even though it was subtle. I believe it made linear decks mulligan stronger, and reactive decks get games 2 and 3 to find their better things or whatever. I just think the more you mess with mulligans, it's just something I don't like messing with because I just feel like there's things we don't see.
Everyone talks about variance in Magic like it's a bug, but in reality, it's a feature, and you just have to accept it. And it's just what makes Magic
Except
better.
this Llanowar Elves.
Wait, did you already roll dice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're already ready.
Oh, cool.
Brad rolled an 11, I rolled a 7, but we did high roll, not the 7-11 game.
Yeah.
So get wrecked, Brad. Okay, I will start on a Healer's Hawk.
All right. Common versus common.
Okay.
Which one do you think is better? All right. Well, I'm not attacking into that Healer Sock, so we're just going to play this in case we hit a Memorial. We did not. We hit a Forest, and we'll pass the turn.
Brad, is this the
And-
deck list you played at the Pro Tour?
No, that was bad. I'm playing Matt
You were in a room
Nassas.
for 2 weeks.
I was not in a room for 2 weeks. I was in a room for a week, and we
That's
were
fair.
trying other decks. I will say that disinformation campaign kind of derailed us for a while.
Well, that's because the card's great, and the fact that you didn't
Johnny's
play
Pride
it
Mate.
makes me lose all respect for you.
Assemble the combo.
That's rough. All
You're
right,
at
17.
19.
I'm at 17.
Oh, you shocked. Okay, so 17-21. A Johnny's Pride Mate with a counter. Pass the turn.
Couple people have been asking, Brad, how'd you actually finish out at the Pro Tour? What was your final record?
My final record was I don't want to talk about it.
Aw. Were you 6?
So
No,
we're
it's
both at
5.
19.
5 losses is very good.
I'm at 17. Oh, yeah, I gained 2.
Yeah, you
life.
gained 2 off the turn.
Yeah, but I was 9-1, and I'm getting
Yeah.
real sick of going 9-1 and 10-2 and X5ing at the end. I've been
Yeah.
doing that a lot lately.
I mean, you keep hitting platinum and getting to worlds. So.
I'm platinum for 3 seasons already.
nice.
Lucky. You're at 18. I'm at 20.
Yeah.
I'll play an Adonto Vanguard and a Sky Marcher Aspirant.
All right. Well, all right. So real quick. So that has 2 power.
Yep.
When this attacks, it has 3, and this has 1.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna do all of that with just 1 card.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah. Your turn. See, this is the mythic that we should have put in our main deck. Doom Whisper was in our sideboard, and it was so good, but we had him in the side. Yeah, we didn't have him for game 1, and I think the card is just that's the trick. You have to build your Golgari decks like this now. We'll talk more about it.
Raw power
at the
and
end.
less like synergy. Like with Doom Whisperer.
You just can't fight the mirror and expect to beat all of these other decks that
I
are
agree
built
with
to
that.
beat Carnage Tyrant.
I agree with that.
Yeah, the entire format has warped to be able to fight Carnage Tyrant so much that you just can't play it anymore.
All right, do you want a weird random question?
I love weird random
All right,
questions.
Kiss of Matt MTG wants to know, what did y'all think of the Detective Pikachu commercial or the trailer?
I thought it was awesome.
Dude, Jigglypuff with fur?
Brian
What?
Reynolds.
You know, Ryan Reynolds
What
is
is-
Pikachu?
What is Detective
Yeah,
Pikachu?
get out.
Just get out,
Ross,
history
you don't-
person.
You live on the internet, right?
Like
That's-
I've seen some memes about this, but I didn't know what it was.
You
I
weren't
just-
even curious?
It's just like something I scroll past on Twitter occasionally.
Okay. Never mind.
I think it looks good.
Yeah, I thought it was.
This is a movie? Sounds
Yeah.
like a
It's
movie.
going to be a movie. It's a live action Pokemon movie, and you're fired.
Pikachu is voiced by Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. Even though Pikachu's only supposed to say Pika Pika and
There's a
Pikachu-
person that can hear it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the only question here is whether or not I want to play both of these, and it seems like I probably should. So I'm going to play a Legion's Landing, get a Vampire token. What are we on? 2, 5, 8 counters. I'm
We're
going to
not
play
there
a
yet.
Sky Marcher Aspirant. That's
We're
9.
there, right?
I'm going to play another Legion's Landing. That'll be the 10th. Get a Vampire token. I'm going to tap these 4 creatures for the Conclave Tribunal on that thing.
Baby!
I just don't like having cards in my hand, you know?
Okay.
Don't want to surveil it all.
Oh, yeah, I will surveil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, how many
surveil.
So 16.
First time. Just let us know how many
14.
times you're surveilling.
Jeez, come on, deck.
Just looking for finality. 12.
All right. I'm at 12. I'll
Okay.
block.
Blocking the Vanguard, I assume. Well, I'm getting finality, so I'll just let it die.
Sure. I'm
You're at 10. Pass.
All right.
I do want to say one of the nice things about
Go.
this extension is I no longer have to worry about bringing up cards. except
Oh,
for
it's
whatever
great.
Random stuff Ross comes up with.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Pass the turn.
Yeah, we definitely need your job to be easier.
Hey, Brad.
could have held the second
what,
league.
what card did you just play that put everything into the graveyard because you didn't announce it?
Find
and you just-
finality.
You just threw it into the graveyard.
Well, yeah, because he already said I was going to do it.
I don't even know what's going on, and I know everything.
You don't know everything.
I guess
I'm
I could
paying
have
very
held
close attention.
the second Legion's Landing because of Find Finality, but I don't think a 1-1 is really winning this game.
All right, I'm going to find these two and play this one as I go.
Is that your second one?
Yeah.
You're going to find which two and play which one?
I'm going to find a Jade Light Ranger and a Wild Growth Walker after I cast play Memorial of Folly,
We got
and I
him.
put Wild Growth Walker onto the battlefield.
We
and
got
it
him.
resolved.
Dude, he finally did it.
Ross played Cliff Chop Retreat and passed the turn. I untap. I cast Jade Light Ranger. Jade Light Ranger triggers.
Hold on, which main phase are we in?
We're in main phase 1. Jade Light Ranger triggers. I reveal Memorial of Folly, put it in my hand. I reveal Forest, put it in a hand. That triggers my Wild Growth Walker twice. That puts me
that's
up
the
to
wrong color dice.
16 life. It
Come
puts-
on, Brad. Get your head in the game.
I'm then going to cast Jade Light Ranger and trigger it again, revealing
Alright,
Forest,
Brad's at
putting it in my
22.
hand. Revealing Merfolk Branchwalker, putting it in the graveyard. That'll trigger my Wild Growth 2 more times. That'll put me up to 22. That'll put a counter on my Jade Light Ranger. I'll attack for 5, dropping Ross to 15. Play Memorial
This
Folly.
is what I
Your
asked for.
turn.
This is what I asked for. You're right. I did ask for this. I deserve this. I deserve this. Ross also deserves
Lean in
what he
Vanguard
got.
pass.
Just
All
wanted
right,
to-
untap during my upkeep. I will cast down that creature. Draw a card. I will sacrifice Memorial to Folly. Get back Seeker Squire. Play a Forest. Play Seeker Squire. Reveal off the top of my library. Vivian Reed's going to stay right there. Put a counter on this. This will trigger my Wild Growth Rocker. I'll go to 25. Attack for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Drop you to 4. Your turn.
Multiple people called you Rap God.
A Johnny's Pride Mate pass.
That can resolve. Untap. Draw Vivian Reed. Play Overgrown
I'm
Tomb.
dying.
Tap. Attack with all of my creatures.
Oh, I'm dying.
Block
is
the
Ross.
3/2 Jade Light Ranger.
You're dead.
Oh, God.
All right, we're going to take a short 3-minute break while we
Wait.
get some.
No.
What?
Got some comments
Okay.
about what just happened.
What happened?
Bordeaux and Ranger says it's like Brad was hired to dub an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh!
I will combine my Wild Growth Rocker with my Jade Light Ranger. Then I will put into play the Loxodon Hierarch Tarmogoyf.
Well, this is from Big Jim. He says, no joke, this actually makes it way easier to follow what Brad's doing.
All right, well, I'll do that more then.
All right, we're going to take a quick break while we get Sideboards prepared. Make sure to at SCG Tour with any questions you have for me or Brad, including why he doesn't just keep doing this the whole video.
I will, I'll do it.
All right, we'll be right back.
And we're back here for sideboarding with Boros Aggro LSV style against Golgari Midrange style. Both lists from the Pro Tour. Make sure to check them out on the Cardboard Live extension as we're doing the sideboarding. On my side, I'm preparing for a longer game here, cutting some of my more aggressive elements. Lean in Vanguard is the one drop that needs you to have the fast start and flood the battlefield with creatures in order to be effective, and that's going to be the least effective against Brad's sideboard, which is going to try to stop that. So it's the one drop that gets cut first. Also, flooding the battlefield with creatures gets harder, so Pride of Conquerors gets worse. I'm trimming one extra one drop to bring in another land. And then Baffling End, which is a very efficient removal spell against Wild Growth Walker and Jade Light Ranger, some of Brad's early blockers, and then Experimental Frenzy, which is my card to go long and one of the main reasons that these white aggressive decks are splashing red in the first place.
Yeah, so I'm not completely sold on how to sideboard Matt Nass's list just yet. I played a little bit with it on Arena yesterday. I just have to say, I usually don't play any Magic on the Monday after I get back from a Pro Tour, but for some reason I was like, I haven't played Arena in a couple weeks. Like, I'll do my dailies, and I just played like 2 constructed leagues back to back. I love it. I can just one hand to play Magic online is just great. Like, not having to like, you don't have to, you know what I mean? You don't have to really sink in. But anyway, this is how I sideboarded against this deck online, and I liked it on the draw. I dabble with trimming a land, but it's probably, you're not supposed to. And so the reasons why I'm doing this, Carnage Tyrant is just bad against most of the decks in the format. It's just best in the mirror. Llanowar Elves is going to get hit by your own Golden Demises, and so I'm just going to be taking those out. And Contempt can sometimes hit things like Aurelia or Johnny, something that's really problematic in the matchup. But at the same time, if you're trading 1-for-1 on this and a creature like Tocatli or something else, it's not where you want to be. And so if I see a lot of 4-drops that aren't Experimental Frenzy, I'll be doing Restless Contempt. But I'm for now, unless there's a reason to change, I'm just going to have to see something before I respect it enough to have that in my deck, because it's such a slow removal spell.
Makes sense. I appreciate the sideboarding without fear. A lot of people are like, well, what if they have this and they want to keep weaker cards in their deck as a result? And
When you try to answer everything, you end up answering nothing.
About 4 years ago, I don't know if I created this idea or somebody else told it to me. I'm not going to take credit for it anyways, but there are games you're just supposed to lose in Magic. And there's X% of games you're supposed to lose. And if you try to prepare for the games you're supposed to lose, then you're just ending up losing another subset of games because your deck's built incorrectly.
Yeah.
To try to win the games you're supposed to lose.
All right, we got a slew of questions if y'all want
All
me
right.
to ask those right now. Okay, so Zam2992 says we should have made Ross watch the Detective Pikachu trailer during the break.
Well, he had to ask me how to sideboard his deck during that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We do have a 10-minute break between video 1 and 2, and I will.
But that's when I have to read him his history lesson.
Fine. Okay. Maybe later.
Ross is high maintenance.
Borderland Ranger wants to know: is Ross the Joey Wheeler of Magic?
I don't know who Jim
Neither do I.
You used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! And you don't know who Joey Wheeler is?
Oh, his buddy?
Yeah. Classic American Joey Wheeler, man.
It's been a long time since I've watched that.
Well, we were making Yu-Gi-Oh! Jokes. So, yeah.
You were making Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well,
jokes.
Chat was making Yu-Gi-Oh! Jokes.
Oh, yeah. We weren't a part of this. We're
All right,
fine gentlemen.
Yes.
Here's a serious
We
question.
have collars on our shirts.
Yes.
LL JTech wants to know what do you think about a comparison between Doom Whisperer in this current format and Desecration Demon in the previous Return of Ravnica format? Because they both seem like very large creatures that if the opponent isn't able to kill them, the game usually ends.
What?
Like
It was Doom Whisperer and what?
Desecration Demon from the Mono Black like Pack
Doom
Rat era.
Whisperer is messed up.
I agree with that.
And it works so well with Explore creatures and Wildgrowth Rocker and Fine Finality. It's like disgusting in the shell. Like if I untap with it and have a Wildgrowth into play, next turn I am exploring into a land. That's happening. That's the next turn. Like for sure I'm doing that thing. And also like being able to dig for removal spells. Like you can play it out there. It's going to die, but the board's getting swept next turn. Like there's just these play patterns that the card allows in Golgari that's just phenomenal. Also, when the game attrition's out and you memorial it, it just wins the game because you're memorialing into it, and then you're going to get your next best threat that's on the top 6 cards. You're going to get your next best threat, and the opponent will flood out. So I think every Golgari deck should be played with it main deck, even though it's bad in the mirror. It's great in every other matchup. Also, we had this tech in our list, and I think it should become. I think it was good. We played a Golgari Raiders in our sideboard to go with our Doom Whisperers.
I don't know what that does.
It's a 0/0 for 3 colorless green haste. And it comes into play with a +1/+1 counter for each creature in your graveyard. So when they starve extinction you just mill your deck, find your Golgari Raider, kill them.
Can I just point out to Rob that now it's Brad referencing the obscure card?
Yeah.
So you can't just blame me for that now.
Yeah.
Sure.
We played a Golgari Raider, and it works really well with
These
Doom
Golgari
Whisperer.
Raiders is relevant to the format, unlike Psionic Blast.
Psionic Blast would be relevant to the format if it was legal.
That's true.
And that's
Ooh.
what
There was a
Brr.
mono blue deck at the Pro Tour that went 9-1 or better.
they went 10-0.
10-0.
That was the 1-10-0. Well, they
No,
didn't.
there were
there
two
was
10-0s.
There was 2 10-0s.
They didn't separate those. They had 9-1 or better as a
Yeah.
list,
Yeah.
and they had like 5 decks, and I didn't know which one was which.
Yeah.
Anywho, one more question before we get started. Histeas wants to know, Brad, do you believe in the heart of the cards?
No. After I played Golgari and explored a lot, there's no heart in these cards.
All right, how are these open hands look, gentlemen?
Mine looks fine. Going to need to draw some lands because our curve's a little high, but it's post-board games, so.
Mine looks like a big stack of gold garbage.
Well, I've got a Healer's Hawk again.
All right. Powerful stuff over
This
there.
looked a lot
Ross.
better in the Pro Tour top 8 in the mirrors than this matchup.
I kept this hand because
Ooh.
I wanted to give Ross a third game.
I drew a land.
Oh,
I
you
have a
only
Johnny's-
kept one land?
No,
Oh,
I
this
kept
is
a
bad.
2-lander. Now I drew a third land.
Oh, no, this is bad.
And I have-
1921.
Yeah, 1921
Johnny's
again.
Pride
I've
Mate
gotten a
gets
Johnny's
big.
Pride Mate, gets a counter, and
This
I don't know what you
game
have,
could
but it's
go
probably
bad.
not better than History of Benalia.
Hey, both of you have 2 drops to get a bunch of counters. on.
Okay, well, that's a Wild Growth Walker, so I think I'm going to take this turn off of History to baffling into that, and then attack you for 4, and I go to 22, you go to 15, and this gets a counter.
Eek. All right, let's Wild Growth Walker, trigger.
You mean Merfolk Branch Walker.
Merfolk Branch Walker, that's right.
This deck does a lot of walking and not so much running.
3, so I can stop that from attacking next turn, so I'll keep it on top of your turn.
That's interesting. It's probably not as good as just getting the history down this turn. Regardless, we can start
Take
with
it.
an attack. You take 5,
10.
brings you to 10. I go to 23. This gets a counter. Play Clifftop Retreat and History of Benalia. Chapter 1, Bradley.
Trigger, your turn.
What's chapter 1 in this book? The New Jerusalem.
Go to your turn. I need to find an answer. Stat.
I'm not sure what he means by the New Jerusalem. It's been a while since I picked that one up, but I bet it's interesting. Second chapter, which is
Stop it.
A trap of their own making. Well, that just makes sense.
That I'm just gonna wrath you soon.
Probably.
This is why I play Ritual of Soot.
Okay, so we got a 3/2 and another 3/2. Would you put a land in your hand? Do I
Yeah.
know this top card?
It's that one. You don't know a card on top. This one to the graveyard, this one off the top.
Okay, and then you played it? Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. So you can double block the Pride Mate because it's 5/5 and you have 6 power. But that double block is fine. Let's just get in with everything.
Double block.
Kill both your things. You
All
take
right.
3, brings you to 7, and I go to 24.
All right.
And then I will play
An
a
experimental
land
frenzy.
and an experimental frenzy and hope to hit a 1-drop. Oh, there it is. I'll protect this Night token.
All right. Well, I'll Golden Demise your turn.
All
That's
right,
a tilt.
Ross, a lot of people are getting really upset at you
Why?
because you have a creature under baffling in. And that's
Oh,
just
yeah.
not, it just
Not
doesn't
how it
do
works.
anything.
Sure.
They
Okay.
weren't really mad.
Draw this card that I'd really like to cast, but
Well,
That
you can always
goes
just
away.
pop off that experimental frenzy.
Dauntless Bodyguard,
Mm,
land for turn,
mm.
tilt.
Yes, my turn.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Blow that up. Play a lot of worlds. This deck is great. Your turn.
Oh, I thought you were going to make a 3/3.
No, I got to get the experimental frenzy off the board.
Benelish Marshal,
Block.
attack Vivian, play into Johnny's Pride Mate, play a land, pass a turn.
All right.
Just finality me, I'm dead.
Wait, no, I have to.
Hmm.
All right, we'll get a Doom Whisper, but we'll play that.
Da, 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 da. Wow.
Your turn.
Chapter
Oh,
seemed a little prophetic.
Whoa. I have to do my Vivian Reed chapter 3. Chapter 3. Ross is dead.
Brad,
Okay.
you opened to the title page.
To get
If you're
to the
gonna go
chapter.
to chapter 3, you need to open it to like at least page 12.
No, I was looking at the chapter's names.
Oh, okay.
Chapter 3 is the proper study of mankind, part 1.
Is this a man? The proper study of mankind. Getting Golden Demise just for fun.
Do you have the city's blessing? No.
More like golden demoralized, am I right?
Doom Whisperer, your turn.
If you had played Doom Whisperer on the land first, you would have had the city's
What's my
blessing.
life total? I'm at 7.
Yes, you are at 7.
Up, trigger. Before that, I'll go to 5. All right.
Come on, Brad.
Pass.
All right. Draw. Ooh, nice. I will attack you to 18.
Yep.
I will get a dinosaur.
That goes to my graveyard.
Yeah. I forgot. I'll keep that, and I'll play a Brontodon, and your turn. Put a counter on my Seeker Squire.
I was going to say I needed to hit a frenzy into a really big turn, but now that Brad has Brontodon, I can only get max 1 card off of that frenzy.
Yeah, you have no chance. There's no chance.
Why is this
Banefire.
on 1?
Because
Oh, you
killed
blew up
that.
Baffling Hand, yeah.
Inside you. Oh, there it is.
Resolves. You'll get a land and a spell. Is it another experimental frenzy?
No.
Oh, what would you like to target?
You can see the top card, I think, while that's on the stack. So
Yeah.
if that makes your decision any easier.
It doesn't. That card's not very good.
I think you just target. Well, you can't target Bronodon, right?
2 for 1, yeah.
Yeah, targeting Brontodon doesn't make a lot of sense.
Target Doom Whisperer and force him to choose between Doom Whisperer or Experimental Frenzy.
I mean,
yeah,
I
I think Whisper.
Yeah, take it. Untap, draw, look at the top 4 cards of my library. I'll get a Wild Growth Walker.
That's
I'll attack you for 8. Drops you to 10.
Yep.
All right. I will play a Wild Growth Walker and then a Jadelight Ranger. 2 triggers. I will put a Woodland Cemetery in my hand. I will keep a Jadelight Ranger on top. I'll trigger the Wild Growth twice, putting me up to 11. And then I will play the Woodland Cemetery and sacrifice the Brontodon. And yeah. And your turn.
Honestly, Brad, I like this way better than your normal super fast paced, not saying a word, just making sound effects like brr.
I'll play Allegiance Landing and make a vampire.
All right, we'll just do each turn differently and see what
Sure.
the chat. So that was
Okay.
that turn. All right, untap, draw, Vivian. Oh yeah, Chupacabra, that token. All right, it was a pleasure playing you, Ross. Ooh, no handshake. Whew.
Wow.
Reddit's going to have a field day with this one.
A lot of people want an SCG Tour emote with Brad with Yu-Gi-Oh hair.
No, no, I veto that.
That's too bad. That's too bad.
No.
Yeah. Yugi Brad.
All right, so
The bad man. Ross with the BMs, the bad manners. What a jerk.
all right, well, I'm going to get through this for everyone that wants to learn more about the cards. I'm going to do a little quick rant about this matchup, and then we'll get into stuff with Wilson if there's any questions for him about Cardboard Live, and we'll talk about whatever other Yu-Gi-Oh hair people want to see on my head. But so this matchup, I feel like Heroic Reinforcements is a very important card in it, and it did seem like the CFB White Weenie deck was really tailored for non-Golgari matchups, and that's probably what gave them such a low win percentage, because there wasn't a lot of Golgari at the top tables at the end of the tournament. Paul Reitzel, Reduke, and I were all at X2, X3 playing with the deck when Constructed started, but we all started losing a lot. We caught it enough just at the end to have some reasonable finishes.
Sure.
But so like Luis never ran into any of us playing Golgari. But I think that Heroic Reinforcements is a very important card in this matchup. You don't want to go full blown and have 4 of them after sideboard. But Tocatli and Reinforcements are, in my opinion, a must include, but I don't know how that translates to these versions with a Johnny's Pride Mate. And I don't know which version of that card is, but we're going to take things a little bit more, card driven in the next 2 matches and really start talking about how these Boros decks could be built for different matchups. The next matchup we're going to do is we'll be playing the champs list, right?
Yes, this is Andrew Allen Bogan's list is up next.
And I'm going to be playing Eric Froelich's mono red aggro deck that he and David Williams said crush White Weenie, crush the Boros deck. So I want to see how that happens.
Goblin Chain Whirler certainly seems like the card to move to when everybody's playing a bunch of cheap creatures, right?
Mhm.
Like that's why we didn't see these decks or decks like them do anything for the last year, because there were so many Chain Whirlers around. And it looked like we might be in a similar metagame early on. There was a lot of red in the first couple weeks.
That's why I like Matt Nass's version of Golgari so much. It looks like it's already transitioning to beat these decks.
Yeah.
It was built well, and
Doom
there's a reason why
Whisperer
they
is-
went 8-2.
Yeah, Doom Whisperer is definitely a good card against the red
Yeah.
decks. They have a hard time dealing with it. You don't really surveil much with it against red, but just 5 mana 6/6 flying trample.
Yeah, anyway, we had an entire match here. Well, it was only 2 games because Rouse couldn't put up much of a fight against the power of Golgari.
Nope.
Well, you got to get your wins in sometimes because you're clearly not getting them on the Pro Tour, Brad. Oh, he's sad now.
I went.
Oh, Fist bump from Ross. A rare fist bump from Ross.
I went.
We did it.
What's 11.5? 68%? 69%?
Something
You were
about
the
that.
one who was saying that wasn't a good record.
But I can be self-deprecating. You're just hurtful.
It's about 69%.
69%.
That's
Yeah.
my brand,
Nice.
Brad. That's my brand.
But so we've had an entire match where viewers at home could work with Cardboard Live, check it out, see what they like. Did anyone in chat have any questions for Wilson about it?
Not really, but we actually have like 700 more viewers than we had when we first started the broadcast talking about the new extension. So we could just kind of do that whole spiel again, maybe?
Well, we can do it, a small one. For everyone that's new in the broadcast, we've got Wilson Hunter here, and he has made Cardboard Live an extension on Twitch that allows for both decks to be shown at the same time. So if you click on it on your screen, if you were in front of a computer or on mobile, there's a little icon, right? What is it? A puzzle piece. And if you click on that, you can see the deck lists. But if you're on a computer right now, there'll just be 2 little thingamabobbers. What are they called? Widgets.
Yeah.
And if you click on them, you can get the entire deck list. Pops up. If you click on each card, you'll see an image of it. And also in the top right corner, which I think is the coolest feature for myself as someone that watches and plays Magic at the same time a lot during the weekend, you can just download or copy the deck list to your clipboard, which can be automatically uploaded onto Arena, but you can also just copy and paste it and use that on Magic Online or during the Advanced Deck Builder on StarCityGames.com if you're looking to buy the deck. So I'm a huge fan of this product just because that's something that I like to do a lot of times. If I see a deck that's on stream, I want to put it on Magic Online just to look at the numbers. I'm a numbers guy and try to sideboard or just see the visual of it. And when it's just a deck list, it's hard to see the converted mana cost and all these things. But so if I have Arena up in this, I can just click, and I've already got a deck list ready to look at. So that's like super fun and convenient for me.
Yeah, deck lists are a big thing for, I think, Magic streaming for years now. It's been an issue where we're playing a match here. You see a bunch of cards, but you're not really sure exactly how each deck is built. Like, we can say that we usually send out links, and that's what most streams have done for a bunch of times, or something in the chat. Now it's right on the screen right there for you. You have to just click on it, see everything. It's just translucent on the screen, so it doesn't really get in the way. I love it.
Yeah, Todd?
All right, we do have one really good question from Evan Rawson. They're curious, would it be possible to not minimize one deck list when you bring up the other deck list? I don't know if, is it possible also, I guess this is a question from me. Can you bring up both lists at the same time?
Yeah, right now it closes the other deck list, but we're definitely open to feedback. So the reason for that is because it would take up most of the screen and everything would be blocked. But yeah, I mean, we're just sort of in the testing stage right now. And yeah, please give us your feedback if you guys want to see both deck lists at the same time.
We do have a lot of people asking about the copy clipboard not quite working right now.
Okay, so just FYI, this is in testing. So yeah, if the copy to clipboard function is not working, we will work on that and get back to you.
I saw a mention from a user earlier that it had to be, they needed to make it full screen before they get copied to clipboard.
Okay.
I believe might be the issue there.
Yep. So I'll apologize to anybody who has issues like that. So this is just still part of the testing process. But yeah, thanks for the feedback. So we'll get that working.
Yeah.
pretty soon.
How dare you, Wilson, bring something still in testing to such a fine establishment like Versus Live? Everything runs smoothly here. How dare
We are
you?
a very serious outfit for very serious people, and we demand to be taken seriously.
And also, Brad's intros are very good.
They're awesome. They're the best intros.
Everything
I
here
have
is
the best
crisp.
words.
Our mics are always on. We say the right words.
J.R. White says making a full screen does work. It fixes it. So if you do want to use the copy paste function, the copy to clipboard function, just make sure you have the video full screen. It should work once you click that. Works in theater mode as well. Cool.
All right. Well, Wilson, is there anything else about your first Versus Live? Anything you got to say?
This was definitely an entertaining experience. So thank you guys for having me. We've got a lot of exciting things to look forward to with Cardboard Live, a lot of cool features. But yeah, thanks to you all for helping test the feature.
And I did hear one last thing. I did hear that you're doing a custom for Star City Games for the Versus Live, right?
Yes, this should look pretty awesome to match all of you all's graphics very soon.
Oh, that is exciting. I'm looking forward to that.
To match our very professional, very serious outfit,
Yes.
they are doing a custom job for us.
All right.
Couple people curious, Wilson, where can people leave feedback for Cardboard Live?
Yeah, go to cardboard.live and you all can submit some feedback on there. So
Is
there's a
that
little form.
cardboard.live.com or
No, it's
cardboard?
just cardboard.live.
Yeah, just
You can
.live
do
instead
that?
of .com. Yep.
It's twitch.tv. You can do whatever you want.
Again, another joke that just kind of.
Oh, yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I'm sorry.
No, it's bad. I didn't find. I was
Okay, yeah,
reaching.
cardboard.live. If you have any feedback for Wilson and his fine extension, the Cardboard Live extension that we are using right now, make sure to head over to cardboard.live and tell us what you think. Let us know if there's anything that we can fix. Yeah, and that would help him a lot.
Yeah, and as a Team Series competitor, I want to congratulate Wilson and the Cardboard Live team.
Woo!
They are in first place right now, and there's a lot of fierce competition that's going to be coming after them. But first place at any time is pretty awesome.
Well,
So
I'm going to go on
congratulations.
record and take zero credit for that, but yeah, congratulations to those guys.
Yeah.
And you picked them to be on your team, right? So, you know.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
All right, well, we're going to take a short break while we prepare the second match of Versus Live today, where we're going to be playing, I believe, Andrew Ellenbogen's mostly white, splashing red, kind of.
It's mostly white, Boros splashing red.
My bad. Against what deck are you playing, Brad?
I am going to be playing Eric Froehlich's mono red aggro list from the Pro Tour. He tweeted that his list went 22-0 in testing against white variants, and him and David Williams combined 6-0'd it at the Pro Tour. So I want to see if it's actually a great choice for this weekend, because this weekend we've not only got SCG Las Vegas,
Which is team
constructed, so Standard's going to be part of that, and there's also Grand Prix and other tournaments. There's
Grand Prix Milwaukee.
RPTQs coming up. So there's a lot of standard to still be played, and we really need to get ahead of this format here on Versus Live for y'all. But Wilson, thank you for stopping by and showing Cardboard Live off to us. I'm going to enjoy having this as a feature for Versus Live, and especially because when we're here, people are always looking for the deck list, and now they're just there. They're just there for people. So
it makes my job so much easier.
Oh, this is a product that has a ton of functionality. So I'm hoping that this gets through beta and out and everywhere. I think it's going to be a great feature for Twitch streams all over. So thank you for having it, and thank you for making it. Thank you for coming. And we'll take our 10-minute break, and we'll be back with some more Magic.
Yep. Thank you guys so much.